I haven't done in a while. And man, when you hear the topic of this one, you probably have experienced this, and it probably pisses you off to no end like it does me. But before we start talking about that, let's begin by saying welcome back to this series. It has been a little while since I've done a rant thing. I think I've deleted all the past rants I've done. But back when I was called Threezy, I used to have this series called Threezy Rants, and it was basically just a little mini live stream series that I did where I basically just ranted about a ton of stuff. And when I changed names, I ended up removing all those past streams, but I've decided to bring it back because I still have a ton of things that I want to rant about because there's still a ton of things that make me mad to no end, which is basically sums up the topic that I'm going to talk about today, and that is um, tech help forums, or whatever I called this. Now, I'm sure a ton of you know what the concept of a hold on, give me a second. Okay, I haven't done a live stream on my phone in a while, so I have to remember how everything works. But and I pray I'm streaming horizontally. By the way, I really hope I am. But something that I'm sure a lot of you have had experience with is help forums in general, where like something happens and you don't know what to do, and you've tried other things but you don't know, so eventually you just resort to the internet. And then you just search up online, and if you're lucky, you'll probably find your answer, right, in a forum. But I'm specifically talking tech help forums today because there is something that exclusively, I would say exclusively because I mostly see this in tech forums. But what I'm talking about is there's one of three things that happens when you need like tech help, right? So like let me set the scene, all right? Let's say that you're on the computer and maybe you get some kind of error you've never seen before, and you tried the basic troubleshooting, but you have no idea what the hell's going on, right? So you just decide to go to the internet and search up your problem. I'm sure a lot of you have been in that kind of scenario before. I've certainly have. And this is gonna be what pisses me off right here. Because there's always one of three things that happens when you're on these tech forums. Man, do they piss me off to no degree. The first one is the most common one that you'll see, and it's basically where you go to the forum and you find somebody who has the same issue that you have, because that's usually how these forums start, right? Someone has the exact same problem that you have and you find one. So you click on their thread or their forum post or whatever, and you scroll to the comments, because not like you're reading that shit. You already know the problem, right? You scroll down to the comments, and this pisses me off every single time. It's the people who reply and they say, "I'm having the exact same problem." Really? Like, it pisses me off because, like, motherfucker, I didn't come here to relate to you. I didn't come here to relate to your problem, man. I came here for a fix. And I'm sure the person who posted the initial forum post, they're not looking to relate either. So, like, what's going on here? Like, why did you take the time to type that out? Like, if you're having the same problem, well, at least I know there's three people having the same problem. But, like, you don't need to tell me, bro. I come here on the forums for a fix. I don't come here to freaking relate. You know what I'm talking about? Like, if y'all have experienced this, man, if it doesn't make you mad, just know it makes me mad to no end every time. And on some of these tech threads, It's not even just one person. It's multiple people sometimes. Sometimes multiple people comment the same thing. And sometimes they even just reply to each other, right? They'll be like, oh, I'm having the same problem. And then a reply, same here. A reply, same here. Shut up. Oh my God. I hate that. I really hate that. It makes me so mad. The next one, and man, this is another one that you see that also pisses me off too. So, like I've said before in the scenario, you've already done like the basic troubleshooting, you know, maybe you've restarted your computer, or if not computer and it's an application, reset the application or whatever, or did all the freaking commands or whatever, do all that kind of stuff, and it still doesn't work, and then that's when you go to the forum. I don't know why some people think, I don't know if they do this because it's funny or something, but there are people out there in like forums, when they type out the form initially, they always say like, okay, I've done this, I've done that, but I'm still having the problem. And of course, there are some people who don't type out all that information and they just type out the problem. But it's mostly on those kinds of forums that you see people in the comments who say to do basic troubleshooting. Like, there's always that one snarky little shit in the comments who's like, did you try restarting the computer? Motherfucker, that's like the first thing that you do. Like, when you have a tech problem, okay, the first thing that you do is troubleshoot. Restart the computer, restart the application. I don't know, maybe do slash something in the command prompt. I don't fully know. The most troubleshooting I've done is just actually restart the computer or the application. But some people, they go a step further with typing in commands, especially the people on Linux, man. But like, I would think that if you, because the way I think about it, going to a thread or a forum post is like last resort, right? If you haven't fixed it, then you just search it up online and then you got it right there. So imagine going there to see some snarky piece of shit comment to restart your computer or to restart the application. Like, I already did that. I already did that shit. So why are we saying it in this comment section? It makes no sense. I don't even think the person who posted the forum wants to see that shit either. Even if they said they did that already or not, chances are you kind of have to assume they did, cuz like, I'm sure even if you have basic knowledge of technology, you know how to restart a computer, or you know how to restart an application. You know, that's basic shit. So the fact that you think, like, taking the time to post the freaking I'm having the same problem comment, and then also having the time to do restart your computer or restart your application, basic troubleshooting type comment, bro, like, those are like equal to me, bro. Why would you take the time to type that out? It pisses me off the same way. And then the third one, I'm sure this one's also common too, but I haven't seen this one a lot, but I'm sure there's a ton of posts. I mean, there are a ton of forum posts. Like, it's not usually just one post that has the problem that you have. I'm sure there's multiple people who have the same issue, and chances are there's multiple different posts about it on different forums, right? So if you click on one forum and you don't see the solution there, you just back out and go to another forum, right? You know, that's basically how a lot of us solve these kinds of problems. So there have been some cases, and this is the third one, right, where you just go to a thread and describes your problem to a T, right? Scroll down to the comments, no replies. Not a single damn comment there. And not to mention, there are some threads out there, or some forums. I keep saying threads, bro. But there are some out there where you can actually see who has viewed the post, how many viewers that a post has. There are some that probably have like 130 views and not a single damn comment. Like, those 130 people, somehow those 130 people did not know the solution. I mean, that's very much possible, but also, like, man, that's annoying. So, those are the three things that I wanted to rant about tech forums, or tech help forums, rather. But I'm sure you could find things like this in forums of different subjects, but you mainly find it in tech. Like, search any tech forum, you will likely find one of these three things that I talked about. And man, do they piss me off to no end, because I'm over here trying to fix the shit and I can't find an answer at all. So, to give you a real example, recently I was on my laptop, right? And I updated my laptop to 25H2, Windows 11 25H2, because that update's been out for a little bit, but I was on 24H2 for a while because for some reason I was scared to update because I didn't want to lose anything, or I didn't want my applications to stop working. But I decided to stop being a little bitch and just do it, and just trust that Windows will actually do the shit. And so I updated it, right? And everything was fine. And the one thing about the 24H2 that I had was that I actually had this like PowerShell command that would remove Microsoft Edge, because Microsoft Edge is a fucking tumor. It's the worst thing to have come out of Microsoft. So, and I also had a thing to get rid of Copilot too, because fuck Copilot. Although, I think there's a way you can just uninstall Copilot from like the Microsoft store, but Microsoft Copilot and a Microsoft Edge, they run in the background, right? So you have to do like extra commands to like make sure they're not running. So when I updated 25H2, I completely forgot that like when you update Windows, it basically just reinstalls that bloatware, right? So the first day I had it, I didn't see like anything at all, right? Everything was fine. It looked exactly the same. And then I opened my laptop 2 days later, and I get on because I was gonna make like a song or something, right? Because I had an idea. And then what do I see sitting on my fucking desktop? None other than Microsoft Edge, that installed itself on my computer, which I'm sure it was going to do anyway. But man, when I saw that, I was like, why is it here? Why is this tumor here? So I decided, you know what? I know how to get rid of it. Let me try like this stuff, right? So there was like a certain PowerShell command that you could do that could just like make it stop running and then like remove it. However, Microsoft has been like nuking ways of being able to remove Edge, and holy crap, it's annoying. So I literally went online because I tried the thing, it didn't work. I tried other things I could think of, didn't work, right? So then I was like, okay, screw it. I guess I'm gonna go search up and see if there's any way to remove it in 25H2. So I went ahead and I did it, and I literally could find nothing helpful. And there was just comments, oh man, same, Microsoft Edge is a tumor, Microsoft Edge sucks ass, which it does, but man, I did not come here to relate, bro. And then I remember finding a post with no comments at all. And then it wasn't until I actually found this YouTube video, this legend, I forgot what his YouTube name was, or what the video was titled. If you just search, how to remove Microsoft Edge Windows 11, you'll probably find it. It's a relatively new video, but new for 25H2, but it actually got rid of Edge, and I am happy. And then I just uninstalled Copilot because you can do that. That command I had still worked. But and that's the example that I have, and how that kind of pissed me off, and also inspired this rant. I thought about actually doing it yesterday, but I had some stuff to do yesterday, but doing it today. And I'm glad I can actually be back to this series, because man, do I have more things to rant about. Misteph Rants is what it's called now since I changed my name. But anyway, that's all I have for the rant. Hopefully, you seem to have enjoyed my suffering, hopefully. I don't know. I go through the suffering and then I just rant about it, and maybe you guys laugh at me for being a fucking doofus. But yeah, that's really about it. I'll see you guys in a new rant. I don't know how often I'm gonna do it, but maybe I'll do one tomorrow. Maybe. Or the